right. Hey. Hi, guys. Virgos, I'm having all kinds of issues this week with videos not processing. And so I don't really know what happened on your guys's video. It's so sad. I've put in a lot of time, but things are not working out so great over on this side. So I'm going to hope that things are a little bit better. We're going to do another storytelling for you guys. And this time I want to take a look at, I'm kind of like starting over, pretending like the earlier part of the week didn't even happen in the hopes that we can kind of reset things. But we are starting out with kind of a different topic here. I'd like to know, what is it that draws them, whether it's cosmically? You notice we've got the cosmic backdrop right now, but what is it that draws them to Virgo? We have Queen of Wands for starters. Let me tell you, it's not just one person that's drawn to Virgo. You notice this entire room is attracted. Virgo's got some kind of panache, some kind of crackling energy. Virgo might look great in like champagne, white, gold, lemon yellow. Virgo might have an aura that is kind of like gold or amber. Emperor. They know Virgo belongs with an emperor, and that is very attractive to somebody. They look at Virgo and they know anybody who would be able to stand beside Virgo would be an amazing person. So it's kind of like a turn on for them that they know Virgo would have like that alpha. I'm picturing like oh gosh, what's her name in it? In the Matrix, Neo and Trinity. Like that's the kind of relationship Virgo would have. It's the alpha, it's the leading character storyline. When they look at Virgo, they say not only is Virgo really attractive physically, Virgo is perfect for their taste, whatever that means. Everybody has different taste, but Virgo is perfect for their taste. But Virgo also shines radiantly. Other people, Virgo could have gorgeous dark hair, smoldering dark eyes, great eyebrows, here really like beautiful physique. But it's as if they look at Virgo and they go, that Virgo is so highly sought after. There's something radiant. Everybody knows when Virgo walks in a room. There is something that Virgo commands a room. But what's so wild is that they picture Virgo in like movie star quality relationship. That would be an alpha pair. Whomever Virgo is with, you would automatically know that that's Virgo's alpha match. And that is very attractive to them. Now, here's the thing. Who is this person? Are they wanting to be Virgo's match? They love Virgo. They may have very different energy. This is somebody who, they're out here surfing the waves. I feel like even if this person is really warm and loving, they may be a little bit battered by the winds of life. They may be somebody who tends to get blown around quite a bit. I don't know, maybe they travel a lot. Maybe they're not in one place very much. They might be somebody who has a bit of an emotional roller coaster, even though they love Virgo, obviously. This King of Cups loves Virgo. But I almost feel like their life is very up and down. They may be somebody that's older than Virgo as well. They may be somebody who does not view themselves as, whatever A-list actor quality material. They may not see themselves as an emperor. They see Virgo as belonging with an emperor. And they may say, I'm too rough around the edges. I don't fit the leading man, category. Man, woman, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what genders we're talking about. They think of themselves as the person who already lost Virgo. The things that they're drawn to in Virgo is that beauty, the intensity, they have so much desire for this Virgo, but at the same time, they see it as, I already lost Virgo. Long time ago, I lost Virgo. Virgo turned on their heel and walked away, took their bag with them. Virgo might have literally left them. Virgo might have moved to a different area, different city. If they see Virgo turning around and walking away from them, this is in London. It could be that Virgo, truly moved to a different country. If they're not from there, Virgo moved to a different city. Chariot, again, they see Virgo as somebody who moved on. So they kind of are still so drawn to Virgo. The things that they are cosmically drawn to in Virgo is that allure that I wish that I could be that alpha mate. I wish I could be that A-lister pair with Virgo. I wish that I could sit beside Virgo in that kind of energy, that kind of power. God, I wish I could do that. I really do. But my life is a little more rugged. It's a little more up and down. I know I already lost Virgo. I know, I mean, Virgo must have said that I'm gone in no uncertain terms. It feels like they think Virgo is this juggernaut who nothing slows them down. Virgo just keeps excelling in life. Okay, but what is it really that drew you to Virgo? Not just the attractiveness. I mean, obviously, thinking of Virgo as an A-lister is pretty amazing, but it's also Virgo gives off some vibe of confidence combined with gentleness, combined with peace. We have that Temperance card. They might have looked at Virgo as a bit of an angel too. Like Virgo is somebody that they either really enjoyed being around. They had to have shared a very calm moment with Virgo. Maybe it was just a long look, or maybe it was, God, it felt so good to be in Virgo's energy. We also have this Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Virgo supplied some kind of, like, I think Virgo made this person feel really seen. I think Virgo made this person feel really normal, really like comfortable. I don't think Virgo was like judging them or making them feel like, oh, I'm embarrassed of this, I'm embarrassed of that. I feel like that, and that's such a gift, you know, to make somebody feel really comfortable in your presence. That's huge. And I almost feel like they're saying, I didn't feel comfortable with anybody. Maybe I've never felt comfortable with anybody, but I actually was really comfortable with Virgo. And that is something they will cherish. That might be one of the big reasons that they know that they really fell for Virgo. But if you fell for Virgo and you see all these beautiful traits, then why do you think Virgo walked away from you? Why do you think things ended? Page of Pentacles. There was a lot Virgo didn't know. There's something here where Virgo sits there and maybe waited to hear back from them. Page of Swords, Virgo was trying to figure them out. Wait a minute. Did you run away from Virgo? Did you not want Virgo to figure you out? Five of Pentacles. Yeah. I sense like some loneliness in this person, even though they loved Virgo. I don't know. I feel like maybe there was a sabotage energy, or maybe there was something here that they just, gosh darn it, they just couldn't do it. They didn't want Virgo to see too much of them. Not really. And Virgo is somebody who they probably know is quite the like intellect, quite the investigator, wants to talk about all the little minutia. And I don't know why they wanted to hide some kind of deep loneliness when they already said, I felt so comfortable with Virgo. Virgo made me feel like normal or something. I'm wondering if tell me about that Five of Pentacles. Why do you want to hide the fact that you feel like an outsider? Eight of Swords, the Hermit. I'm not sure they have an answer for that. It looks like there's some reason this person, maybe they head out to the ocean a lot, or they work in a career where they can be around no one, but like, you know, the elements. Maybe because all of these cards speak of an outsider, speak of somebody who's at a distance. And on one hand, they feel lonely and isolated. On the other hand, I don't know, do they get like tension and they're like, you know, I don't know, I can't be around people all that much. Maybe this person's an empath. They are a King of Cups. Maybe they haven't recognized. Maybe he hasn't recognized he's an empath, and being around a lot of people stresses him out. Maybe he feels too much emotion. Maybe he feels awkward about too much emotion. So then he withdraws, but he like didn't want Virgo to see that side of him. I don't want Virgo to see that I feel like an outsider. Even though it's so weird, because I think Virgo's pretty much someone who's very self-possessed. I mean, there's Virgo right there as the Hermit. I wonder if he sometimes like retreats. This feels like an empath that gets overwhelmed and then retreats sometimes and doesn't want to be around people. And maybe that's something he's like, I don't want to tell Virgo that I do that. Other people think that's really weird. But God, when I was around Virgo just made me feel totally comfortable, totally normal. But maybe it's because Virgo themselves has a similar like introspective energy. They too like need their time and space alone. They too want to go and just, you know, turn off their phone, go read a book, you know, tuck themselves away from everybody. It just, you know, what sucks is that it actually seems like this person could have been a great match for Virgo. but they didn't want Virgo to start looking at them too closely because it's like they feared that the things they think are, like quote unquote, that's such an awkward thing about me. And I didn't want Virgo to find that out. This outsider feeling that they always have. I don't know why this person always feels like an outsider. There's something about that Eight of Swords. I don't know if they feel a need, like I said, like an empath who needs to get away from people, and then they're like, that's other people don't understand that about me, and then it feels awkward, and I wish that I, didn't operate that way. This feels like they had not any deep, dark secret, just a different, like we'll say, capacity to interact with people before they want to escape again. But you said you were really comfortable with Virgo. You said that this was one of the things you really enjoyed with Virgo. Virgo also made them feel valuable, made them feel like $1,000,000 with that Emperor. Okay, then if you felt that good around Virgo, do you think that you made Virgo feel good? Did you tell Virgo how much you enjoyed them? Four of Cups, they say, no, I really regret that. I should have made sure that Virgo knew how insanely attracted to them I was, how I picture that Virgo is A-list actor material and they deserve to have like the best partner ever. And they made me feel so calm, and Virgo has like this presence about them and all these things. No, I didn't tell Virgo all that. And I really regret that with the Four of Cups. The Devil. I think that they were dazzled. I feel like this person could have been very passionate about Virgo, very, like frantic for like physical contact and passion. But that's maybe how they tried to show that they really cared about Virgo. Maybe they didn't use words. Maybe they used, physical contact and did minimal conversation with the Page of Pentacles. I mean, that Devil card is very lusty. And then we have, okay, but what about communicating? And it's like, oh, just a page's amount of energy. Pages are not great communicators. Even a Page of Pentacles. They might have given Virgo some kind of a small gift or token. It wasn't small, though. That might have been them saying, I really want to be yours, Virgo. This is a small token, but I feel like this is some of the awkwardness too. I mean, this whole thing reeks of somebody who didn't feel like they were good enough to be with Virgo, but they were crazy, cuckoo about Virgo. And they never told Virgo that, because in their mind, they're like, oh, I'm awkward and Virgo's going to find that out. And I'm somebody who never quite fits in. And Virgo's going to discover that if I'm around them very much. And Virgo's got none of those hang-ups or anything. But I kind of think that they've spent so much time thinking about what's wrong with them and how Virgo is so opposite them that they've missed the obvious clues that, wait a minute, Virgo is the hermit and Virgo is somebody who tends to withdraw themselves. So I think that these two had a lot more in common, but I still feel like this person basically sabotaged it. I think they were drawn to Virgo because Virgo has similar traits. Nine of Wands for them. There's definitely an element of, I would have loved to have been a King of Pentacles, but of course I'm still too wounded to be a King of Pentacles. I can't be with Virgo, but man, Virgo was amazing. So are you letting Virgo go, or are you going to do something about this? Because everything here says the real reason they're cosmically drawn to Virgo is because Virgo has all the traits, but in a grounded way and an unashamed way. Like, yeah, I like to totally withdraw. Sometimes I do feel like a loner or I feel isolated. Hermits do that on purpose, though. They feel like they don't quite fit in, whereas Virgo is like, I'm not trying to fit in. I'm just comfortable doing what I do. Okay, so what are they going to do? We have the Magician, we have the Fool. As much as this character has tried to withdraw from Virgo, I think Virgo is like a magnet for them. I don't think that they can stay withdrawn from Virgo. Not for that long. We see them possibly still saying, must move toward Virgo. With that, especially, seeing this Magician and the Fool, this is that leap of faith forward. At some point, they may surprise themselves when they finally do reach out to Virgo. It could be very sudden, but we certainly see them. They got a glimpse of what it would be like to be Virgo's man or woman, and I felt like they were very proud to be beside Virgo. They also felt calm It's like they got a taste of matching with a real partner. And even though they still insisted, yeah, but there's no way. There's no way. I think in spite of that, in spite of the sabotage, I don't think that this person's going to be able to stay away from Virgo. This is still the person that they would want to be with. I mean, if I were going to be more blunt, I would say this feels like somebody who's deeply insecure, that, you know, they have developed this concept that they don't fit in, that they're awkward. Maybe they were like relentlessly teased, or they were, you know, never supported like as a kid in their own family or something. And so they were always made to feel like they were under scrutiny and they weren't good enough. And there's something odd about them. You know, sometimes just people can, you know, be rude and raise an eyebrow like, oh, what's wrong with you? And it's like, what do you mean? Everybody's unique. We all do things our own way. We all have different emotional capacities for things. We all have things that we're more sensitive to. Nobody's weird. We're all our own selves, you know? We all interpret the world around us with the tools that we have. But I'm wondering if they weren't ever made to feel very comfortable about just the way they interpret the world. And that makes them kind of want to stay away from everybody or believe that they have to. But they know in this storyline, we can tell they felt something so comfortable with Virgo. I know it's maybe taken them some time, but it looks like this person's coming back into Virgo's world, because Virgo does match with them. Virgo does fit in their world. 9 of Swords. I honestly think maybe Virgo and this person could protect each other from those feelings of being outsiders sometimes. You know, I'll hold you when you get a little bit stressed out, and you hold me when I get stressed out. You know what? This is beautiful. I kind of think that maybe this is like empaths unite. But it feels like they could really give each other some much needed support. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.